This is the WWE Elimination Chamber 2025 full show results video, which takes place at Rogers Centre in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The show started with the Women's Elimination Chamber match between Alexa Bliss vs Bayley vs Bianca Belair vs Liv Morgan vs Naomi vs Roxanne Perez. Naomi and Liv Morgan to start, and Jade Cargill's music hit and she is back. Liv is shaking with fear and Jade attacks Naomi instead, which clears that Naomi attacked Jade. Bianca Belair is besides herself, pounding on the Lexan of her pod as Cargill beats the holy hell out of Naomi. Referees pull her back, but she gets away and Jade puts big boot on Naomi into the Lexan of the pod. Jade leaves Naomi lying in the doorway to the chamber and leaves as a stretcher comes down for Naomi, and officials announce that Naomi is not able to compete, so she has been eliminated. Bianca Belair comes as in third, and Belair, beside herself, goes right for the door to plead and try to check on Naomi, but of course Liv is right on her. Bianca gets herself together enough for shoulder blocks in the corner, handspring comes up empty, Morgan lands a shining wizard for 2. Roxanne Perez comes as in fourth and Perez at it with Belair, powerbomb lift, Roxanne clings to the steel, handful of braid, tilt-a-whirl into the side Russian leg sweep into the steel. Choking Bianca with her own braid, Morgan comes over with a dropkick, cover for 2. Bayley is in fifth and Bayley into it with Perez and then with Belair, folding press on the EST, role model goes up top, diving elbow for 2. Roxanne with a near fall on Bayley, Liv nails her with a code breaker, cover for 2. Alexa Bliss enters the match sixth and Bliss with the Nadawa Otoshi on Perez, mounted punches with vicious abandon, jawbreaker on Morgan, dropkick sends her out of the ring. Perez comes over to steal a pin, Bayley kicks out, Roxanne hits La Mystica into an arm trap crossface, but Bayley rolls outside into the wall of the cage for leverage. Perez hits Bayley's own second rope stunner on her, triangle moonsault, role model with the knees up, and then Bayley is eliminated by Liv Morgan by pinfall with Oblivion. Morgan and Belair up on top of a pod, jockeying for position, big hair whip from the EST. Morgan clings to the cage but soon falls, and Bianca Belair diving crossbody off the pod. Roxanne Perez is eliminated by Alexa Bliss by pinfall with Twisted Bliss, and then Alexa Bliss is eliminated by Liv Morgan by pinfall with a jackknife pin. Bianca and Liv were only left in the match and rubber banding Belair into the chamber with her hair, back in the ring, cover for 2. Diving codebreaker gets a spear, Bianca with the cover, but not enough. Belair readjusts and swings Morgan hard into the Lexan and then into the steel, over and over. In the end, Bianca Belair won the match, last eliminating Liv Morgan by pinfall with KOD, becoming the #1 contender to the WWE Women's World Championship for WrestleMania. Post-match, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky come to the stage with Bianca Belair for a square-up moment. The next match happened between Candice LeRae and Nia Jax versus Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus. Trish and Candice start the match, with Trish hitting of the press and landing punches, and then Nia gets the tag and Nia taunts Trish before applying a waistlock, swinging her around, and slamming her onto the mat. After back and forth action, we see Tiffany tags in and fires off clotheslines and a running shoulder tackle and follows up with a handspring back elbow to Candice and knocks Nia off the apron. Trish counters with a handstand Hurricane Rana for a near fall, but Nia takes down Tiffany with a clothesline. Nia drags Candice to the corner for the tag, then grabs Trish and places her in the corner. In the end, Nia Jax climbs the turnbuckles, but Trish kicks her and climbs up for a bulldog off the turnbuckles. Tiffany tags in and throws Candice over the top rope to the floor. She climbs up and nails the prettiest moonsault ever, and gets the pin, and with that, Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus won the match by pinfall. Then we saw an unsanctioned match between Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Fighting on the floor, Zayn gets some chairs out from under the ring. Inside, Owens wallops him, but a shot bounces off the top rope and nails him, allowing Sami to take control and bend a chair around his back. Zayn gets a table out and sets it up, KO out after him, and he sets a second table atop the first, but Sami nails him with a hockey stick and puts him over the barricade. Fighting out into the crowd, walking and brawling, back towards ringside, in the timekeeper's area, and KO clocks Zayn with the timekeeper's bell. Then fighting in the turnbuckles, KO throws Sami to the floor and through the stacked tables. Back inside, Fisherman Buster threw a set-up chair, but Sami kicks out. Sami accidentally nails referee Rod Zapata, KO hits the stunner, referee Charles Robinson runs down, but not enough to get the pin, then a furious Owens grabs Robinson and drops him with a lariat. Referee Ryan Tran arrives to check on Lil Nate, and Kev presses the attack. Putting Zayn on a table set up in the ring, up in the turnbuckles, and Owens with top rope turn and drop through the table. Zayn goes out under the ring. He gets a barbed wire wrapped chair and brings it inside to wail on Owens with it. Shot after shot, Owens writhing agony, Fry or Takayama punches and Sammy drop toe holds Ko into the barbed wire. Charging in for the another hell of a kick, but Owens counters and delivered a pop-up powerbomb, and Sammy crashed to the floor. Kevin follows after, horsecollars him with a chair, and rams him into the post and hits a powerbomb on the apron. Road agents appear, begging Owens to stop. He goes for another but Sammy stops him with a flurry of punches. Another apron powerbomb connects by Owens and defeated Sami Zayn by pinfall. Post-match, Owens presses his attack and tears up the mats off the floor, but Randy Orton's music hits. He slides in the ring and hammers Kev with punches and delivered RKO. With Owens down and out, Orton grabs a chair but thinks better of it, instead adjusting his knee pad with a raise of his eyebrow. Headed to the corner, he charges back in for the punt, but road agents and security appear from out of nowhere to keep him from putting his knee through KO's skull. A frustrated Viper drops a bunch of security guards with RKOs and stands tall. Then we saw the men's Elimination Chamber match between CM Punk vs Damian Priest vs Drew McIntyre vs John Cena vs Logan Paul vs Seth Rollins. Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins to start. Looking for a finish early, Rollins ducks under a right hand and starts belting McIntyre in the corner. Fighting outside of CM Punk's pod, smashing each other into the Lexan, big springboard knee from Seth sets up a running kick, cover for 2. Damian Priest enters the match in third and Logan Paul enters the match in fourth. Springboard crossbody on McIntyre for 2, lighting Rollins up with body blows and jabs, fisherman neckbreaker, cover for 2, and the Damian grinding Logan's face into the steel. John Cena enters the match in fifth, shoulder block, fall forward Blue Thunder drivers for everybody. You can't see me 5-knuckle shuffle on Paul, attitude adjustment follows it but Drew wipes him out with a claymore out of nowhere. Then Drew McIntyre is eliminated by Damian Priest by pinfall with a schoolboy pin. Drew got upset and attacks Priest and then Damian Priest is eliminated by Logan Paul by pinfall with a frog splash off the top of a pod. CM Punk enters the match in sixth and final and CM wades in with punches and a snap suplex, running knee, bouncing Paul off the Lexan a bunch of times. Punk climbs the cage to point at the WrestleMania sign, back down, squaring up with Cena one more time and it is electric and Rollins takes out Punk with a boot. Cena pulls him off the beatdown. Seth says CM is his and he should go make some more movies and stay out of it. Logan returns and takes them both out with a lariat, but he is eliminated by CM Punk by pinfall with go to sleep. Rollins jawing at both guys, punches and chops, Punk and Cena come together to drop Seth with a heart attack. John offers him a handshake but CM insists on a hug and then they lay Fry Takayama punches in on each other. Cena up top, Seth cuts him off, powerbombs him into the steel and throws him through the Lexan wall of a pod. Seth hits curb stomp to Punk, but Punk kicks out, then Seth goes up top, Cena gets under him, fireman's carry, Rollins slips out, Punk gets him up, go to sleep, then Cena hits attitude adjustment, and Seth Rollins is eliminated by CM Punk by pinfall with a lateral press. Cena grabs his foot, CM kicks him away and Rollins is still in the chamber and he hits curb stomp on Punk. John takes full advantage and puts him in the STF in the middle of the ring, Punk fading, desperate, trying to get his arms under himself, and John Cena won the match, last eliminating CM Punk by referee stoppage with the STF, becoming the #1 contender to the WWE Undisputed Championship at WrestleMania. American Nightmare Cody Rhodes makes his entrance while Cena is still celebrating his win and John squares up with him and says we all know it's gonna be a throwdown for the title at WrestleMania. Rhodes shakes his hand. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's music plays, then he and Travis Scott comes out and goes to the ring. Rock gets in the ring and pats Cody on the cheek and says he wants it all, his mind, his soul, and God have mercy, he needs his soul. If the answer is yes, then the American Nightmare will live forever. He tells Cody to look him in the eyes and says if the answer is no, then tonight, the dream dies, again. Cody Rhodes says it's because he gave his soul to this ring and these people a long time ago, and the answer is no. Cena laughs and hugs Cody Rhodes, and then we see the biggest shocker in the history of pro wrestling, John Cena's heel turn, he low blow Cody Rhodes. Then we saw something that Cena never did in his entire career, completely assault Cody Rhodes, beating by the WWE Championship, Cody's wristwatch, blood coming out from Cody's face, and Cena was enjoying. Rocky smears some of Rhodes' blood on the belt and whips him with it one more time. John throws the title on Cody's fallen body, the world championship he fought so hard for weighing him down as the heels leave. Michael Cole rushes into the ring to check on Cody while Rock, Scott, and Cena pose on the ramp and Rhodes gingerly feels the blood on his face and the show goes off the air. How much you would rate WWE Elimination Chamber 2025 show and what's your reaction on Cena's heel turn? Tell me in the comments section, and thanks for watching.